We received some exciting news recently from one of our Orphans Promise outreaches in Western Ukraine. 2 boys became the first Gypsy students to graduate from their public high school in 67 years. This is a benchmark event in our work with the Gypsy people that started nearly 7 years ago. Ivan and Ruslan grew up in a small rural Gypsy camp called Serednya. Of the 17 camps we work in, this one has been the most problematic. When we started, the children were dirty, unschooled, and largely uncared for. And because most of the parents were illiterate, they saw no value in the free education and life skills we were offering their children. The first year was difficult, and the teachers often felt like giving up. But they persevered. Most of their efforts went to the basics: clean hands and sitting still. One of the keys in the program was a single mom who lived next door, an angel really, named Anna. She was one of the few who could read and write, and she quickly grasped our vision for the children. She volunteered to provide a meal during the lessons. And because the children were always hungry, attendance grew rapidly. When we outgrew the one-room church, we constructed classrooms in a storage area below. When the older children advanced academically, we enrolled them in public high school, another big milestone. In 2014, Orphans Promise rewarded the children's commitment to education, building a school for grades 1 through 5. The building isn't completed yet, but the students were so excited that we opened 3 makeshift classrooms. We have plans to create 10 more as funds become available. About 170 children attend elementary school here. Older children receive after-school tutoring, and preschoolers still meet in the church. In all, about 250 students attend our programs. Children who once ran wild in the streets with no use for school. Education is just one way that Orphans Promise has invested in Serednya Gypsy Camp. When we learned the children only bathed at a nearby waterhole and couldn't bathe at all in the winter, we partnered with CBN International to dig a well and build a bathhouse. Cleanliness is one of the life skills we've taught them. Now they enjoy showing off their clean faces.
Good job. Huh? Good job.
A water pumping station also provides water to the new school for flushing toilets, washing hands, and drinking. The children don't have indoor plumbing at home, but we're hoping to change that soon with another water well project. Ukraine was known as the breadbasket of the former Soviet Union because of its rich farmland. But when the Gypsies were settled here by the government, they were never taught farming. Orphans Promise and CBN International responded with our seed project, and it's become one of our most successful programs. With work in 17 camps, we are helping feed 250 families, more than 1,100 children. It's very empowering for these people to say, I worked, I grew this food, and I'm providing for my family. Our presence here has brought other welcome changes. At first, we saw unmotivated people living in run-down houses. Now, they take pride in making improvements. We've shown them how to winterize their homes, properly install wood stoves for heating and cooking, and do basic electrical repairs. The face of this community has literally changed. The Baron, who is like the mayor here, once told us all the others came to help for a day, took pictures, and never came back. But you have stayed and brought change, and we are really thankful. That was always our plan. A long-term commitment to see transformation in hopes that the young people would grow up educated and able to break free of poverty. One sunny afternoon, a group of boys came running down the street, dressed in the new soccer uniforms we had bought them. They were so excited to tell me they won the season trophy, and I knew then that we had made a big change in these children. It was bigger than just a game. They had worked hard to accomplish something, and they were being rewarded as the best. It was the opposite of the message they had heard most of their lives. I was so proud of them. Several months later, one of these players was struck by a speeding car as he walked down the road. Ramesh was in a coma for several months, and doctors said he wouldn't live, or at the very least would never walk. But his teammates had learned about God from their Orphans Promise teachers, and they believed, and they prayed. It's quite a miracle that Ramesh is back on the soccer field playing again. God is doing big things here. Ivan and Ruslan, our two new graduates, are a miracle too. The first Gypsies to get a diploma at their school in 67 years. They were once uneducated and unmotivated, but are now attending vocational school and will be able to get construction jobs when they finish. And 30 more Gypsy students are on track to graduate and move forward as well. 67 years is a long time to be absent from public schooling. But with Orphans Promise targeted programs, the Gypsy children are turning the tide. 1,500 kids in 17 camps. They are making strides, getting their footing, and are well on their way.